Okay, hi everybody. I have a rockhounding tip. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. This is for the ones that don't know it. But here I am, I'm on a road here, a country road. Goes on out here. They've been working here, especially down there. Um, but right in here, now, as you can see, it comes down. There's a valley right in there. There's a stream down there. But now if I was up in here and say on the side of the road here, I found a nice rock, say it's a jasper, maybe size of my fist or even maybe a little bigger, or it could be an agate, whatever. But I found it right in here. Okay, now I'm looking, I go, well, it could be part of what they brought in when they filled the road. But this particular road here has crushed basalt. So it's not likely if it's come from here unless it's busted like this. But if it's like something that's been worn, down, like it's been in a stream or a glacier or something, well, then it probably came from someplace else. Now, this here where I'm at is on the edge of where glaciers came down from the north. I'm in the state of Washington, so we did have glaciers here during the Ice Age. And it could have come down there, and that's a possibility. But right up through these trees here, this is starting into a mountain. The mountain rises about 4,000 feet right here, and I'm at basically the base of it. I mean, you can see mountains back over there. So I'm not going to say that for sure that this came in on a glacier. So say it's like right up here, maybe even to halfway up this thing here. Maybe it came from out here. But I'll look around. If I don't see anything like it, then, I wouldn't be positive that it came from in here, but it could have came from the mountain. So now I have this stream down here. And one thing about streams, there's always culverts. And whenever there's a culvert, means that they had to dig out into that stream to get the material out to fit a culvert in. So they'll dig down into the stream, make sure all of the material, it comes out, and they'll place it usually on the upper side of the hill. So then when they put the culvert back in, they can fill back in. But sometimes they'll take out more material, to get a bigger culvert in. So they may dig around the edges. Like here's the stream. This is just a small stream. And they'll take out a bunch of material. But as you can see here, they filled it over with some of that rock from the quarry down below. But then you can see some of this other rock here, which probably came from down the hillside. But now if you found a rock up there, a jasper or an agate or something, and it very well could have came from this stream. But you look down in the stream and it's just like a basalt or something of that nature. Well, that's lighter than a jasper and agate. A jasper and agate will sink in this, especially when the river starts to flatten it, or the stream starts to flatten out. So it very well could have been underneath all this. When they dug out for this culvert, they set the material over here, and as they pile it up, as they get deeper, the heavier stuff is down farther. It gets piled on top of that pile, and since it's a heavier rock, it'll roll off, and it could have rolled off to the side. So when you're in here, and they'll put everything back, but if they have more material left, they'll just take the bulldozer and they'll just push it along the road as fill. And sometimes those rocks can end up on the side away from the source of where it was actually brought out of. And just by thinking about that, I have found, sites to rockhound up the stream, and a lot of times in here you won't see anything in the stream. Just like I said, the stream flattens out, things sink, but if you go up farther where there's more of an incline, you might find just before it starts into this, you might find some of that same material. So that's a rockhounding tip that I have for you. It has worked for me on a few occasions, not always, but it has worked, and it kind of explains where maybe when you're walking down a road like this, and you find something along the edges in here, like the ditch, especially if it's on the uphill side of the road. Now, I don't know which way they came in when they built this road, so usually if they're digging out a culvert, say they came in this way, then that pile would have been up over off of this side. But if they came in this way, then it was over here someplace. And especially wherever you figure that pile was, because you got to figure right in here, they probably had the equipment reached over, and they probably put it right back over here out of their way. So they won't put it right here. They'll more than likely bring it back a little farther and put it right in here. So this would be a good area, and down along that side there would be a good area. So I hope this helps some people. Some of you probably already know it, but it gives you something to think about. Because if there's something up there, and it probably came from here, but you don't see it here, it might be up there. Well, hope it helps you.